Excited about this one.
I was blown away that we released so much good stuff in June. I am stoked to talk about these things.
One of the biggest changes we've made to the product in a very long time. Do you want to just briefly tell us what My Sites is before we get into some of the additional stuff we added this month?
When I built SpyFu a long ass time ago, the idea was like type in your competitor's website and see what keywords they rank on, use that in your site. But now we're collecting so much data that you can kind of see the entire picture in a way better than you can see it in like Google Search Console. Learned over time that people don't use Google Search Console because it's clunky and weird. I do still think that Google Search Console is a really strong source of truth, but there's things that we're able to surface and deliver considerably better than Google Search Console. So now what this is a way for you to see your own site and track your own site, not like monthly, but like daily and even more frequently than daily. Like this stuff, like SpyFu updates about 1 million SERP results per second. So you can just rely on it to show you the keywords that you rank on, the keywords, the clicks that you're getting, which pages are improving, etc. You'll see it move relatively small amounts throughout the day. It gives you kind of that immediate feedback. You can watch it over and over again as you make changes to your site. You can see those things happen at not just the domain level, but obviously also the page level. One of the things that's unique about my site is we're treating your site, the one that you care about, differently, right? Everything else we're tracking monthly rolling, doing this monthly roll up aggregates. Your site is different. We track it constantly for all of the keywords for all of your pages. So you can scroll down and you can see every keyword that you rank on, the position change from the last point to the current point, all your clicks, the search volume on those things, just kind of like stuff that you're used to in SpyFu. You can compare your rankings to your competitors. Type that in here. One of the things that I think is super useful that you just can't get really anywhere else is this ability to see the topics, so basically the keyword clusters, right? So I can drill in here and see how is my traffic changing on these broader ideas. Like, so here I'm looking at like marketing agency like keywords. What's happening for me overall? Yep. So what you see here, there's kind of like in the industry, there's like kind of two ways of looking at the data. And one is like your top keyword ranking. And then the other is all of your keyword rankings. And what you're seeing here is all of your keyword rankings. If I switch over to historical, I can get a really long view of your overall ranking on a keyword, right? So, I mean, it's like a little bit of a deep like cut for a kind of a release video, but you see here, this is writing tools on this particular URL. This over here would be like writing tools for the domain. Pretty straightforward, but this also lets us go back for a really long time without a whole bunch of noise. So you can kind of understand, well, how did my rankings change from year over year, from July of 2024 to July of 2025, or really any data point that you want. You can go back 2 years, 3 months, whatever, right? And you can still continue to do that at the group level. So how did my overall, how did my, say content, this is for the website's rival flow, right? So content tools, how did my rankings change over time? In this case, the last month actually is a dead piece of data. It's continually updating. It's currently July 3rd, so that'll move up. It's a live data. But so you can see kind of what happens. You can look at new keywords only, the ones that just have losses and gains, the biggest gains, all the things that you're used to in SpyFu, now rolled up and consistently updated for your own domain. The other area you can look into is pages, my pages. These would be your pages, the top pages. You can drill into these and see all the keywords that these ones rank on and the change and so on. One trick here is that you can filter these things, type in like writing tools and see all of the pages that rank on things like writing tools in one easy trick, one easy click. And that lets you understand what pages should be linking to each other, right? So this is like an internal linking trick, or keyword cannibalization audit.
And
So
it
yeah,
seems
this
like,
is,
oh,
yeah, you go ahead.
um, it seems like, so if you go back to keywords right there,
Hmm. Hmm.
and the top keyword right there is still writing tools,
Hmm.
because I know one of the cool things that SpyFu launched in June is you can just click on that writing tools right here.
Yes. I love that. You're absolutely right. I forgot about this. This is like one of my favorite. Some of the things that we do are so simple but satisfying, and so here we can just like click on this one page, and it automatically filters so you can see all the keywords that ranks on. You don't have to go into these top pages because it's all right here, right? Click on this, filters by that. You just want to be able to do this and then do it over and over again. Oh, but you can apply all the filters. So here we go. These are the most valuable keywords, but show me all the ones that had show me all the newly ranked ones, right?
For that page.
So these are all new. They went from position nothing to position something.
Really cool.
Yeah, and it's probably because this page is we might have just written it, right? So that's
Mhm.
that's kind of what you want to look for.
Nice.
Yeah,
Seems very usable to someone who's actually doing the work with it, making
yeah.
everything a little bit quicker.
And this is just the beginning, right? So this is release number 1, version 1.0 of this My Sites area. Obviously, there's all kinds of problems that we can solve for your site, right? We're spending a bit more time collecting more data for your site because it's obviously what matters to people, and so we built it.
We specifically wanted people to be able to like zoom into specific ranges, more specific than like a month or 3 months. Why did we implement that feature?
Ah, great point, because sometimes you start a campaign at a particular time, at a particular date and time. You issue that publication. So what happens from that point forward? That's where, this sort of historical view comes into play. And you can just kind of like choose, okay, I want to compare literally like February to July and in general and see what those changes look like for
That's very
for whatever topic you want. This has got a scrubber, so you can go forward and backwards and look at any exact point in time, right?
Oh
Right on
wow. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
day, so you can see exactly what had this. Now this is more useful when you're looking at day wise data, so you can
Mhm.
see the individual changes. I don't have one where we have some particular event that occurred. This also has algorithm updates and so on in here, so we can plot. Here's a core update from March 2025. If that impacted you, then you would see that, et cetera. You can add those things in as an overlay if you're trying to diagnose an issue.
It's just crazy seeing all of like our favorite features here on my sites.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the best of the best, and it's really cool to. It sounds like a lot of this is thanks to improved data collection.
Hmm.
Am I correct on that?
Yeah, we have the most data that there is in the industry. We have like twice as much data as SEMrush and Ahrefs, and like on the organic side, which is what allows this kind of thing. We're constantly updating the data every second of every day, 365. We started doing that type of data collection about 3 years ago. Prior to that, of course, we have data going back to 2007 or 2006. So yeah, we got a lot of data.
We're always adding new countries at SpyFu.
Yeah.
Currently, we are just huge internationally, which is incredible in and of itself. We added 3 new countries: Belgium, Denmark, and Austria. But it looks like we also added keyword support in ranking history, international keyword support.
So if I go to keyword ranking history, I need a keyword. Let's go with Red Bull. Here's Red Bull for the US. And apparently the idea is that you were not able to see Red Bull in the ranking history for Red Bull in like France. And of course, now you are able to. So you can see that these are .fr domains that are showing up here. And you can see the organic ranking history for Red Bull on all of the domains
Mm-hmm.
that rank. Um, these would be the ones that have the biggest gains. So let's see. Let's see if we can see that for like that most recent Belgium ad, right? You know, might as well make it the most difficult thing we can do to ourselves. Yes.
There we go.
Hey. Real nice to see. I didn't know if that was going to work. There's this other feature that you wanted to know about, though, that you were wondering.
The top pages export.
Right.
And I was fascinated.
You just don't even know, right? Yeah, you
don't I did a deep dive. I figured out what all of it was, and I found it on my own, but I still don't entirely know what it's for. So can you walk me through it? It was such an adventure yesterday.
Okay, so we're going to look at, okay, I'll just put in rival flow. I know things are meta, but whatever. We're talking about top pages, and we're talking about the top pages export. We had a rival flow customer wanted to focus on pages where the top keyword was just off the first page, right? So this is the way that they wanted to approach it. So in rival flow, you can go into all pages, and you can see all of the pages. So this is where their content ranks number 2. So they don't really want to focus on this one. They want the ones where their top keyword is 11, 12, 13, And actually, funny enough, the rival flow sort of action stream kind of prioritizes those types of pages, but they had like hundreds or thousands of pages, and they wanted to like only start with those ones. And I'm like, I think you could use top pages for this. If we look at the export, had that top keyword, right? But it didn't have the position or the search volume or any of that stuff for the top keyword. And I'm like, we're already polling the top keyword. We should just be able to dump that in there. And so then we did. So here's the top keyword position. So now what he's able to do is we could create a filter here, and we can say, I want all these keywords to be between 11, let's say, if that's where we wanted to find the edge of the page, between 11 and 20. And that's, and now we get all those pages. So this would be all the pages where the top keyword by clicks, or the top keyword by clicks is on the second page. Mm-hmm. Kind of a useful thing overall. Like, let's have a look. Like if you want to find something that's like low-hanging fruit or things that you should execute on where you might be able to get like actually meaningful lift, we should probably make it so that in top pages, you could just do this kind of filter. Maybe we make it one of these. Top keyword off the first page. On the second page.
That would be a great filter.
Look, if you guys want it, ask for it.
I think that's the fun part, is that whoever is watching these videos, we definitely take your feedback and draw inspiration to change our sites and make them better for you. It's honestly what a lot of this update has been.
It wasn't even an inspiration. It was like, this guy wanted this, then I made it. It happened. Like, it was like, like it happened the same day.
Is there any additional stuff from June that you would like to speak on?
I don't know anything else that happened in June, but July is going to be a freaking blockbuster. Like, I can't wait to do that one because I know what's coming. It's going to be sick.